Hey everybody, welcome back to Goshen Prepping. Of course, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I love old school methods of doing things. How about you? Don't get me wrong, modern conveniences are great. I do enjoy modern conveniences, but something tells me in crap it's the fan, all those luxuries, all those modern conveniences will say bye-bye. And going back to the old school tried and true methods for doing things is the way it's going to be. All right, that being said, there are certain things that you can still get now, but they're slowly disappearing. And that's what today's video is geared toward. Old school remedy ways over even like certain things you can pick up as far as products go. You know, we've done away with them to go with modern conveniences, and they work. They work really well. And as we see these things disappearing, now is the time to get them before they are gone. Now, that being said, if you have the Ninja Binder, which I've been putting out there, this is chapter 48. And for the people who have bought it, you can go into the site that I told you to go to so you can download this page to add it to your workbook. It's a checklist of things you need to get. It's things you'll need because, well, you know what? Crap, it's the fan. Modern conveniences are gone, and all these old school methods will be there, something you'll need, and they will last a long time. All right. Another one is called Potassium Permanganate. Have you heard of this one? It's a multi-use chemical, does all kinds of stuff for you. At the very least, purifies water, disinfect wounds, fungal infections. It's really good for this kind of stuff. And you can even start fires with it, which is really cool. Now, regulations by the government has made it more difficult to get this, but if you can get it, great. And again, I'll link it because you can still pick it up right now. Number two, I've talked about this on the channel numerous times, and I love it, is activated charcoal powder. So good. It's an emergency toxin absorber. So if somebody, you know, I can't tell you as a physician to do this, but if you ingest certain poisons, you can take this charcoal. That's the whole point of like pumping the stomach per se. We would give them this activated charcoal, which absorbs the toxins. Then we pump it back out again. But I'm not giving you medical advice for this. You'll have to look it up for what specifically it can be used for. That's up to you. But I will say that it does work very, very well for water filtration. It's one of the active ingredients in having water filtration and even odor control. Fantastic. Like we have a HEPA filter, has activated charcoal in there. It really works very well for that. Number three, I just mentioned this in the video, is alum, or potassium aluminum sulfate, I think, if I recall. But it's a water clarifier. It's really cool if you put the crystals in a giant tub of muddy water. The crystals will absorb all that muddiness. Now, it won't purify it. It just takes out the particulates and makes the water clear, which is actually perfect, by the way, because that's what they used to do. Then purify the water through a filter. That way all the particulates don't clog your filter up. Really cool stuff. Number four, this one's really interesting. And can you get by without this one? Sure. Strike anywhere matches. You know, because like any matches you buy now, practically speaking, you strike them on the actual box. But it used to be, I think if I recall, maybe you can correct me on this, white phosphorus was the tip for these strike anywhere matches. It makes them burn really quickly, or, you know, like hot. You can do it off a rock, off metal, whatever. But the problem is that because it actually had some safety liability reasons. So they're really difficult to find now. I mean, can you get by without this one? You sure can, but that's something that is disappearing. Number five, if you don't know about this one, you certainly need to get some and look at it. Diatomaceous earth. Specifically get the food grade version of diatomaceous earth, but we have what are called diatoms, which is fossilized algae, and it comes in this white gritty powder. And when critters and, you know, any type of microbes get in there, it kills them. It's incredible stuff. And not to mention, if you have a microscope, look at it. It's really cool to see all the shapes and everything in there. But it's worked with grains for years to keep bugs and stuff out of it. It's a natural, perfectly safe for you insect killer. Diatomaceous earth is fantastic. And listen, if you're a gardener, you probably already know about this, but make sure you get some. It's actually starting to disappear, which is kind of sad. It used to be very common, but not so much anymore. Military blankets, the wool ones. I've mentioned this a few times too. They're fantastic for the fact that, you know, people like nice cotton or they like silk, whatever, but it absorbs water and you're keeping that moisture on you. That's a really bad thing. That's why the reason in the military we have wool blankets, because they barely retain water. It keeps it off of you, maybe on the itchy side. So that's where you get the beautiful merino wool. But either way, you want to have a nice wool blanket to keep the moisture off you. And they're dying out. I mean, I don't know, maybe any recent military people can tell me if they still have them. I'm sure they do. But since everything's changing into other synthetic stuff, wool blankets are slowly disappearing. Number seven, K1 kerosene, or just simply just kerosene, heating, lighting, to cooking fuel, stores forever. I mean, at least 5 years or more. So maybe it's not forever, but it'll store a long time. But because of this, fuel stations don't carry it near as much. It used to be very, very common back in the day, and it's just not found very much anymore, but it has a lot of uses. Number 8, I bet you know this one, borax. So many uses for borax, isn't there? But in this, cleaning, pest control, mold prevention also. But this one, regulations are coming down, making it more difficult to get borax. And it stores well. Pick up a lot of it now while you can. Number 9, this is a very interesting one too, canning lids. Not just canning lids, but like the real canning lids, the ones that actually work. And it's interesting because a few years back, I guess it's probably like 7 or 8 years back now, you're starting to see on the canning lids it says guaranteed to work for like 24 months, like 2 years or something like that. I'm like, wait, it's canning lids. Canning lids have been put on a jar and they'll stay like that way for a decade. But now they're only guaranteeing it for 2 months. Congratulations. They try to make it like it's a good thing. It's not, because they're getting cheap. Obviously, food preservation is what we have, but with the supply issues, we're seeing a lot of counterfeit ones coming out now too. I get mine from Azure Standard, by the way. I'm not sure where you get yours from, but obviously getting the nice ones from Walmart and stuff, the different brand name ones can work. But Azure Standard, quick plug for them, by the way, if you don't know them, they have delivery across the country through trucks that come up to what are called drop areas. I love Azure Standard. I'll put a link for it below. Totally free to sign up. And you go there, click on the link, go there, set up an account, totally free. And then you can see how much it costs for their items, which are inexpensive. And then even more so, the delivery for these is seriously inexpensive. Like we get wheat berries. And we get a lot of our wheat berries from Amish here, but when we actually order them, trying to go to a regular store and ordering them, the shipping charges were astronomical, but Azure Standard was minimal, very minimal. But anyways, they have canning lids there, canning jars. I've actually done giveaways for them in the past. We love their canning supplies. Number 10, Paraffin Lamp Oil. And we're getting into the land of kerosene again. It's a petroleum oil, but it's more refined. It gives you more of a long burning, more stable flame. They're nice. Stores indefinitely, but as more and more people are going just to LED bulbs, they're not using it as much, so the companies aren't making it as much. More difficult to find. Eventually may disappear. Number 11, calcium hypochlorite. I mentioned this one before too. Pool shock. Still available, but the problem is a lot of people don't know how to use it or store it. But instead of using bleach to purify water, which works great, bleach itself has a shelf life where calcium hypochlorite or again pool shock doesn't on the most part. You keep it sealed up, it'll last practically indefinitely. But make sure you check to make sure you have the right one. Do a little research on that. Number 12, one of my favorite ones, by the way, is iodine. It's not just iodine in a bottle you can find, but iodine crystals. These are great. And with the iodine crystals, you can actually make a tincture, which is much stronger. And now it's been regulated due to misuse. It's regulated. I still like povidone iodine, that type of thing for antiseptics. It's definitely the way to go. Number 13, lye, which is really just 100% sodium hydroxide, which I'm going to warn you is super caustic. It's not caustic money-wise, but caustic, like will have reactions with your skin. Nothing you want to play around with at all, but obviously used for a lot of things like soap making and stuff. Having lye, very important for that kind of thing. So if you want to get into that step of stuff, you'll need to have the lye. Again, slowly disappearing. Just most people are just using like safer alternatives or just not making soap at all. Number 14, this is a big one. Fish antibiotics. I'm even kind of worried about saying that on here because I'm not necessarily encouraging or endorsing them. I'm not giving you any medical advice at all. But regulatory pressure, I want you to understand that regular antibiotics used to be over the counter. They sure did, up into the 50s. But they said people are abusing it, which was true. So they made it had to be by prescription now. So a lot of people take alternatives now, and those are being regulated as well. So those, if they have not completely disappeared, they will be. They'll eventually make it so it's not going to happen anymore. Number 15, I love these. Metal lanterns, metal fuel lanterns, like the old school lanterns that you use like kerosene, for example. Again, same thing. People are going to like LEDs and stuff now, but having the fuel for them and the wicks for them, if you like having the lanterns, which I do, I love the ambiance on them. They're just fantastic. It used to be what everybody used, and now it's getting to the point now where almost nobody uses them anymore. I'm not saying nobody. Some hardcore people still want them. But if you do like them, I would pick them up because, eventually they may disappear. I don't think it will, but you don't get to see them that much anymore. Number 16, hand tools. We're talking about like the non-powered hand tools. For me, yard sales are the golden find of these things. There are some people, old timers yard sale, where they want a top dollar for them. And I'm not saying it's not worth it. But for me in my house, I love the modern conveniences, But for every modern convenience that I must have a necessity, I have a hand version as well. It's only smart. I mean, I have solar generators, but who knows what's going to happen? So having hand tools is so important. Again, I find yard sales are one of the best places to get them. And then finally, number 17, very interesting one too, manual water pumps. Now, we have a nice deep well at our house, and we have a 220, 240 volt well pump to get the water up so we can use it. You have to with being deep as it is. But you can get the manual pumps. We've considered it. We actually have a couple wells on our property, and I thought about putting one of those in. I just haven't got around to it. We actually have it right now, so if the grid goes down, we can actually use other methods to get the water out. But manual water pumps, of course, were around for hundreds of years. These are the thing, maybe not hundreds, but for a long time. And of course, they've been used for obviously getting the water out of these wells, but you don't find it very often anymore. And I would like to link that one below, but it's kind of hard because it really depends on what you have, how deep your well is, etc. Like we haven't actually even have a spring on our property, and I'm probably going to dig out and put a spring house in, which would be kind of cool. And we have some creeks and lakes too. I don't know. It's always nice that we're in Michigan. We're in the land of fresh water. I know not everybody's in that situation. But again, I'll link below whatever I can. Some of the stuff you may want to pick up, some of the stuff, it may be something that's not floating your boat. But these old school tried and true methods are golden. That's exactly what you want to have. Now, again, if you do have the Ninja binder, which goes through all the stuff, this is chapter 48. You can go to the website I gave you to download that last page. And if you don't have the Ninja binder, of course, there's a link below if you want to pick it up too. It has a lot of this stuff in there. It really goes through everything. And by the way, this page is for the workbook. So we have the binder, which explains things. Then we have the workbook that has like checklists of things to get. This is for the workbook. So it's going to help you make sure you're prepared and ready by having these lists and everything you need. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's why we're here. We're here to give you information too. You know what? I like conveniences. Nothing wrong with that. But having old school way of doing things, we got to learn how to do them because crap hits the fan. We could have situations which could send us back to an agrarian society. It's the transition. Getting there is the hard part, by the way. That's when there are going to be a lot of problems. But if you get there, you got to know how to do these things. That's how it's been done for years and years and years. And you could be that community expert because you know what? You watch Goshen Prepping. And you have the binder, which guides you. I'm just being a little fun, little tongue in cheek there. But thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.